World leaders at the G7 summit in France are attending a dinner ahead of formal talks. They're due to begin on Sunday. Scheduled meetings include conversations over the economy, the US-China trade war, Brexit, and the environment. But French President Emmanuel Macron has already lowered expectations on what will be accomplished and said leaders will most likely not issue a joint communiqué. CGTN Stefan de Vries is there with more. Stefan?
Well, the leaders of 7 of the world's largest economies are now having a dinner as we speak in a lighthouse in Biarritz. That is, if the French President Emmanuel Macron would like to see the world that he's the light in these dark geopolitical times. But they have certainly a lot of topics to discuss, not only over dinner, but also, of course, in the next couple of days. The summit started today with several bilateral meetings, and the American President Donald Trump, he had lunch, a private lunch with Emmanuel Macron, the host of this summit. And before the lunch, the American president seemed pretty optimistic about the outcome of the G7 summit.
So far, so good. The weather is perfect. The guest is fantastic. Everybody's getting along, and I think we'll accomplish a lot this weekend, and I look forward to it. And thank you for having us.
Well, the weather is perfect indeed, but the beautiful dark blue skies in Biarritz are deceptive because in reality dark clouds are hanging above the outcome of this G7 summit. People are not very optimistic here in Biarritz.
Stefan, what are the priorities for this summit?
Well, initially the main topic would be the fight against global inequality and poverty, but this has completely been overshadowed by the climate change and, of course, due to the wildfires in the Amazon rainforest, but also, and maybe more importantly, the escalating trade war between the US and China. The European countries are very worried that this will lead to a global recession. Emmanuel Macron and also the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, they try to convince Donald Trump today that his protectionism is not the way to go forward, that it is a very dangerous situation he is putting the world in. You already mentioned there will probably be not a joint declaration at the end of this summit on Monday due to the many different points of view between the G7 nations. But at least I think at the end of this summit, Emmanuel Macron hopes that he will have avoided an all-out trade war, but I wouldn't get your hopes too high.
All right, Stefan de Vries there live for us in Biarritz.